Hey, NASDAQ, we get the best dope on the markets. We are going to talk grains here today. It is Monday, August 24th. Okay, August 24th. And we have beans up. I'm sorry, corn. Corn is the leader here, babe. Something is up in corn. Okay, we hit 424. Okay, sometimes when you're just picking a number here or something, even quarters, even quarters, people scale up 20 every 25 cents. You have all those different old time grain traders. And here is the beans over here. You know what? They're two different markets. Have a buy stop over here. Have a buy stop over 1246. And you know what? And I told somebody about adding it late yesterday just because this is what I feared. And we kind of hung in there. And, here it's crapping out here. We did post a 7 last week here. Here's wheat also. Let's just type in a weekly. Okay, this is a weekly in Chicago. Let's go take a look at KC. Okay, here's Dees KC. Okay, so there is an olive sell here. This is an olive sell. I do not have. Okay, so this is Dees KC wheat. 782 is the number. This could be just like that 495. I'll fly through, okay? And we got through it once, and we're through it here again. Is this the range today? 75? Okay, 75 to 86. Okay, this is this morning's range before the pit trading starts. If you're looking to buy it, if this holds, okay, if you're looking to buy it, right there too. Okay, right here. See right there? Algos, can they see when they're data sifting everything that you're talking about? You're like there's a word for it. Okay, here's gold. Okay, here, you know what? And then let's also, before we get off grains here, let's go to this July Nove. Okay, 69 to 66. Okay, this had a small olive also, just like in corn, 495. Not huge, just trading here. This is that area to watch. Kind of devilish, 666. No, it's 663. That's 66 and 3/8. If you're going to buy it at 6.5. Have a 6 stop. Half-cent stop. If you're going to buy this number here, what was this low? 6.25. Here we're at 6. Wonder what we got here. Oh, that's next year. That's July Nove next year. Okay, so we're trading 66 cents over. Okay, that's a sign of demand. Okay, in any event, you probably want to buy it here. This was since the beginning of the contract, since July went off. This was the new one. They were just buying it out of the box. Sold it down here. I would have said, if you're looking to buy it, you buy it against some little crap like that. Okay, I don't mean to say little crap here. We're making a new low here. You're off. You're stopped out. Negated. I lied. Don't buy it. Anyway, though, so this is beans here. They're showing more signs of weakness. Okay, this is just what it is here. Let's go back to Nove. Should we look at Jan? Let's just see what Jan looks like. Oh, okay, that's Jan. That's the same look. What about, where is March? Here's March. Okay. You know what? See, there's two things right on. Oh, okay. That's just marks the previous bar was closed. Okay, 58.5 is something over here. What is this? Okay, these are Jan beans here. Let's go to Don't ask me what that is. That's manually placed. Okay, but it meaning. Oh, what the hell was it? This might have been a sell green. That might have been a sell green here. Hang on, let me look. So let's look at beans here. Look at this here. See this bean? Oh, goodness gracious, down 237. This thing looks like it wants to go limit, which I believe is 400. Ah! Hang on, let's go look. Was that a long-term olive? That was a long-term olive. See here, I have these trend lines here. You see how they kind of play here? There's the big olive. Okay, you came back one more time. You got to be ready to stand and sell that olive right there. 71.75. That was on August 19th. And 71.65. 63 was the number. As a matter of fact, we went from 63 to something else down here. One of these things. Oh, here it is right here, that orange. In one day, in one day. And then we came back. They short cover rally. The shorts got paid. And then there it is. You go back to back. Lightning strikes twice. 71 to 67. 450 point move. 6 times 400 point move is $2,400. This is a small contract. But volatility pays off here. So what do we got here? I got some levels here. Well, give it to me right now. What is that? 04? 6704. It looks like it's mapped out as a low. It looks like there's a low close right there. Okay, just right here, right now. If you woke up and you short bean oil, and you're down 240 here, you buy it here, and then go back to sleep, and then have a sell order down here. Just boom, boom, to re-short. And I'm saying that facetiously, except there's guys that do that, of course, the traders. Real traders, not these robots here. These robots are doing ARBs, okay, or front running. So that's the whole thing. I've talked about that before. The idea is to blow other people out. Well, why would I use a risk stop? Because you have to use a risk stop because otherwise they're going to blow you out, except on a larger scale. Since this is all grains, I'm just hitting a tab here, okay? So here's July. Oh, this is July. So this is going to be next year here, but this is probably in July. Yeah, that's July. It doesn't count because that was... okay, but that is the July wheat minus the corn, okay? So would you get, So in the past year, this is the July contract, okay? It's not, right now it's a year out. Okay, but as a matter of fact, here, let's watch this area here. This kind of looks like some of those other areas. $1.83. We're $1.87 right now in the overnight here. Okay, these are just here, and these are olive cells. Okay, but we'll see here because it seems like there's a game on in corn and wheat. But if crude oil breaks on a peace deal, okay, some of those things change. Like the price of crude, which, affects everything. Let's finish the grain complex here. This is soybean meal. What is this? This is an intraday. Let's go look at it daily. Okay, so that would be how, with the levels here. Whatever this trend line is here. You want to see what the trend line is? 2016 and 2010. Wow. Okay, this is usually what I would do. Okay, 2016 and 2010. The 2016 might have been when we made the low. Okay, so I usually go like this, give it a little bit more of a weighting, and then if you got my charts, okay, and let's go like this, and let's just change that color a little bit here. And the dots just signify that's a longer term, okay? And longer term can be 2 to 3 years, but, it's just one of those things because they can or they can't play. Okay, but that gets attention here. Here you gap over it. Okay, and now say, for example, it was the low in 2010's inflation, the low in 2016 grain, something like that. Okay, that would be macro. Here you got the powder blues that we were struggling at here. We caught a little bounce on the way down. Funds are long. As a matter of fact, yeah, funds are long meal. That's right. As a matter of fact, you know what? I did not look at the commitment of traders. Okay, this is an extended lesson. 4-shot in Blackstone. Okay, here's soft wheat here. Funds are still short. This tells me that nobody's committed here yet on the... here you had a little index buying. And the shorts did cover here in wheat, okay? These guys got squished here on that wheat rally. Because these are... Here, index traders, there's only 25 of them. There's only 46 of these guys, okay? These are large traders. So here's hard, 49, okay? 1,000, nothing, okay? There's been no, in my opinion, 260 by $1.80 here. Bought 18,000, covered 21,000 shorts, okay? Commercial sold some, wow, they sold corn, man, on this rally. Holy camole, as of last Tuesday. Okay, so the commercials just sold. I was just thinking out loud, if this be like a big money manager, like a guy like Tudor. Index, wow, holy camole. Wow, okay, all right. What does that tell you? Okay, that tells you that this is money that's allocated, okay, going into an index, so it's not short term. Shouldn't be anyway. 48,000 contracts they bought. Wow. Whew. Wow. So I would almost say, like pundits would say that's, I don't want to say stupid money, okay, because it's being allocated. Here you got the shorts, that same 25 guys that sold it short, and that have a short fund, okay? They have an index trader short fund, okay? That's how you think of that. Here's soybeans. What do we got? $1.65. So they're long. Added to here, 40,000 almost, okay, that they bought. Wow. And what's the weakest one this morning? Beans. Commercials sold 23,000 and 15,000 of their longs. Index traders, wow, man. This is this is giving undue influence, I believe. Okay, just as far as price, this is perfect though for farmers to take advantage of this and hedge some of these things short. This is bean oil here. What do we got? 102 by 37. Okay, now we just looked at bean oil here. Okay, so we rallied. We rallied in the last 2 days. Okay, we broke what was it? 400. That's 5% more. Here's the commercials. They sold some here. Okay, so there's money being allocated to going into the end of the third quarter into grains. Here we got an uptick here too, because this was coming out there, and I was thinking that those guys, because you'd never see it come out really. And it seemed like people that got tired of being long grains for 3 years, because that's what's happened now. We just got over 3 years worth of settlement prices. Here's the meal here, which had traded straight down here. Look at this. They were still buying more meal. I give up on what they use meal against here. Cotton, okay, cotton, they're long. Hogs here, okay, this would be an interesting one. Okay, so hogs, we ran up in the August up to the powder blues. That was the, man, because people still have them. Anyway, so what do hogs? Hogs closed up 65. Actually, but hogs actually down at 85 cents, 80 cents in ox. There was a number down there just below that in hogs. Live cattle here, what do we got? 62 by 30, so they're long 32,000, okay? They added 6,000 here. Somebody sold 6,000 shorts here as of last Tuesday, okay? Oh, wow, the commercials added longs. Bad buy. And we're just talking here. This is just a week. These guys could be hanging on till expiration. Nothing in the index funds here, and with these guys. That's a small investor here. Here's feeders. Oh, yeah. So they're going down. I don't know. This includes the options here. So now they're short about 8,000 feeder cattle. Okay. And then the other stuff here, I'll just give you a look at it. They're short 20,000 in the cocoa, 240, long 30,000 in shug, coffee 31 by 16 or 17. Okay. So that's a look at commitment of traders here. What it tells you is what hot money's doing. So going back to that corn, that you could, I don't want to call it stupid money, okay? It's not stupid money, right? It's institutional money, but it's not time money, and that's why I was thought that we might stay under the July highs. That was the bet stopover. Okay, that was at 495, 91 and a half and 45, and I think 91 and a half we traded down to that 60 and a half level, which was the powder blues. Okay, you need something? Email me ARP@NASDOG. Thanks for watching. Always use a risk stop to stop the risk.